Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again today. The U.S. ambassador to the Philippines said that 40% of male tourists came to the Philippines for sex. And the roof just about blew off. And let's just talk about that for a little bit, because I want to ask the question, was he telling the truth? You know, when I first came here in 2009, the U.S. ambassador to the Philippines was a gentleman by the name of Harry K. Thomas. He was a sharp brother. And remember the other day we had the video, the live stream, we were talking about we should be ambassadors for our countries, for our fellow man when we're overseas. Well, he was literally the ambassador, and this guy was sharp, man. He was well-spoken, articulate, intelligent, an Obama appointee. And I used to brag on him because Filipinos, nobody that I was dealing with, they didn't even know he was black. They never even seen him before. And for the first 2 years, I mean, anytime he was out and about, I'd point him out. I mean, he really was the type of brother that you want overseas represent. Well, I wake up one morning, September 2011, and it's all on the front page. U.S. ambassador to the Philippines, Harry K. Thomas, says that 40% of male tourists visiting the Philippines came for sex. And he didn't just say this off the cuff and it was a hot mic or something. He was behind a podium in front of VIPs and other dignitaries at a conference on sex and human trafficking in the Philippines. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't back down. As a matter of fact, it took him over a month before he apologized. And then it was a lukewarm apology. He said, I never should have said it unless I had numbers to back it up. Well, the problem with that is, that's going to be hard to do. Who's going to say that they're sex tourists if they come around and do a survey? But I did a survey on my community page. I said, did you have sex the first time you came to the Philippines? Just yes or no. It blew the 40% away. So maybe that's what he was talking about. But I was scared to death after that, because remember, I'm new here in the Philippines. I had been here for about 2 years on and off, and I really didn't know a whole lot about Filipinos and how they felt about black people. And for this black man to stand up there and say what he said, and I mean, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know that the Philippine Tourism Agency and everybody within that realm is trying to get rid of that reputation of this being a sex haven and all of that. Sex tourism, you know, and it has a lot to do with the Navy bases and everybody, the bases that were here. Well, when he said that, whatever progress they were making, he literally destroyed that movement. And of course, about a month later, he came back, but I was afraid to come out because I didn't know how they were gonna handle it, but really it was crickets, because he threw us all under the bus. Like I said, he didn't sugarcoat it. He was not playing. He said, and a lot of them sex tourists are Americans, and I'm not proud of it. So he threw every potential male tourist over here under the bus, man. And he was unapologetic about it. And when it first happened, you know, like I said, I used to brag about him. I said to myself, you banana eating, Clarence Thomas looking. I mean, he really had me fired up, man. I mean, I didn't have two words to say good about him. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm saying this guy's probably, there's a lot of truth into that statement. But it's going to be hard to come up with any numbers, because nobody's going to step out front and say, I'm a sex tourist. But if you're honest, Most of the guys who come over here, they have sex on their first visit to the Philippines. And I'm not saying it's sex tourism. I'm just saying that's the bottom line. That's the nitty gritty. You guys are fucking, okay? And so are the women. You know, what two grown people and two consenting adults agree upon is nobody's business. But yeah, he set the Philippines on fire, and they couldn't wait to get him out of here. Everybody from the president all the way down to the barangay captains was heated, man. Imagine the United States ambassador. This wasn't just any ambassador. Go look him up. He's an ambassador somewhere now. This guy's sharp. He's the type of brother that you won't represent overseas. Nice suits, ties, shoes, the whole 9 yards. And did I tell you, he's married to a Filipina. So that's what really, took the cake. And I'm like, wow, dude. But yeah, he threw past, present, and future male tourists under the bus. And he didn't apologize, man. It was only a month later that he did. But I thought that was funny because I wanted to talk about that today. If you read, you probably know about this. But I got a link sent to me today, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit, where this rude American, see, I think I just be on here making videos. I'm telling you, I call my video Ugly Americans. They called him a rude American. Now, he flies all the way over here from the United States. Doesn't have the e-travel form filled out. They give him a chance to do it. He acts a complete donkey. And guess what? They didn't allow him in the country. Not only that, but they banned him. You can never come back. Only because he was probably drunk. But then again, a lot of guys come over here, they're entitled. Man, the Filipino's going to bend over backwards. He really must have been belligerent and ignorant for them to not only not allow him in the country, but to permanently ban him. He filled out the form wrong, and wrong name, and curse words, and you name it. But he's not by himself, guys. The Philippines don't play. Already this year, okay, in November, 44 foreigners have been banned, turned away from the Philippines because of being disrespectful. That's the basic thing that I talk about on my video. Respect the people, respect the culture. If you can't do that, you don't deserve to be here. But 44 foreigners have been banned from the Philippines. He probably was drunk, like I said, on that long trip, but that's no excuse, guys. And thank you, Mark McIntosh, down in Vegas, for sending me that link, because I didn't see it. But I made a video, Ugly Americans, and they called him Rude Americans. But I'm going to put the link to this article, both of them, but especially the one with Harry K. Thomas, because he looks like he could be Clarence Thomas's brother. I mean, they look just alike. The bald head, that old distant look, that old Sambo look. But this guy was sharp. I look up to him today, though. He really was like the type of guy that I would want to be my mentor. I mean, he was no joke. I was proud of him, man. But when I woke up September 2011, man, to those headlines, man, I about died because I didn't know how the Filipinos were going to react. They're doing a good job of cleaning up the image. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people, a lot of families don't come over here. But really, they've got pockets of that. It's nothing like Thailand, but they got pockets of that. But nobody's going to volunteer and say, hey, I'm a sex tourist, because what he was saying has a lot of truth to it. He was literally the ambassador. But he was hot in America. He says nothing I'm proud of. He said he sent the Philippine authorities after Americans. He said prosecute them to the full extent of the law. So if in America, it's early, you're about to get up, go to work, go to the gym, get a newspaper, a cup of coffee. If you see somebody out there and you can help them without putting your life in jeopardy, go ahead and help them. If in the Philippines, I guess it's about 5:30. You see what time it is out here. Not that goes by, I don't help somebody. We sponsored that bodybuilding contest, man. It lit a fire under me, really, man. You know, I'm telling you. At 40,000. And the crazy thing about it was they put out a thank you video thanking all the sponsors. Now, these are sponsors who were given 500, 1,000, which, you know, they still deserve to be thanked. But no sunshine shoulders. I was nowhere in the picture. It's a good thing I don't help people, you know, looking for anything in return. That's an investment, guys. That's not helping. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Remember, November 25th, T-Bag Sports Bar and Grill, English City from 12 noon to about 5. But we're just going to keep it going. This is going to be my first time in English City. I'm going to do it up. Everybody's invited. Haters, trolls, supporters. Come on, guys. Let's come together for one night. Let's show out in English City. Take care.